Alright, what is up, boys? We're here with the Dirt Slingers Racing League, and this is their fixed setup stuff. They run on Thursdays. Just a quick look, we just ran a couple laps, so a quick look at the setup. 11 stagger, that ain't too bad, but 28 wing, we're going to leave our wing at 0 for qualifying. There's plenty of grip in the track, as you'll see, but 4.5 and 4 over 3.5. So, front end, you expect a little loose. Gear's a little high for my liking, but that's just me. So we're just gonna go out and we're gonna see what we can run for a lap because it's fixed setup, and I've actually been doing pretty damn good in this league, especially in qualifying. So we only got a minute to go, but we'll talk about what we're doing. We're gonna run a swing lap, and swing laps I'll explain when and when not to use. I don't always run swing laps, but we'll explain when I do and when I don't use them. But we're kind of gonna run a high to low line in 3 and 4. I know that. And then something more of a slide up line out of line 2. So leaving the wing at 0, there's still plenty of grip in this track. A little more sideways than I would have liked to be here. Also on exit, but not too bad. Good lap. Good enough for first place by over a tenth. So, saw the lap we ran. Well, we'll look at it replay. Alright, so nothing really happened in the heat race. Just there's a quick caution and then make it single file. Then I just ran out front, and I go through it on the replay anyways. But it's just talking about, on a track like this, on what's important, it's just keeping forward momentum, and obviously the best way you do that is keeping the car as straight as possible. But so it's like, but if you drive the corner, if you drive entrance too straight, you're gonna slide up the racetrack, and you have to get your car sideways, so you lose speed on exit. And if you turn in late and cut down the track, that loses speed, and it's all stuff I talk about in the heat race. I watch another heat race too, and I just ramble on and on really fast. It's a lot of information, but I cut some things out, just skipped to the feature, and I was supposed to save the replay of the feature at the end also, so I could go over it, where it wouldn't be so shaky, and I could look at far chase and look at some other things, but of course, dumbass me forgot at the end. But so yeah, it's just really the rest of it is just keep your car straight, keep as much forward momentum as possible. The biggest freaking thing there is, just drive the race car better, guys. Alright guys, I know it's going to be annoying in VR again, but we're just going to go back, we're going to look at our qualifying lap, we're going to look at our heat. So I was talking about swing laps, and I don't always run them. It's something I've started doing sort of recently. But on a track like Volusia, especially because you want to carry, because the way you run turns 1 and 2, you want to just keep the entrance as straight as possible, and then just kind of let it flow and exit, so the more speed the better. So because you're just keeping the car straight, it's not like if you carry too much speed you're going to over-rotate or anything. Unless you enter high and kind of try to turn in and diamond it low, because that's where it can fuck you. So, but because really the make or break of this qualifying lap was going to be in turns 3 and 4, there was no reason to try and hit a fast lap on lap 1, because that way if you screw it up 3 and 4, then you don't have any speed coming for your second lap. If it's a track where 1 and 2 is the tough point to qualify, then I won't run a swing lap, because then if I hit a really good 1 and 2, I'll just use it my first lap and then finish the lap out. If I screw it up on my first lap in 1 and 2, I can say, all right, we're just gonna go run high 3 and 4, carry as much momentum as you can again coming across the line for our second lap, and try to set it up and give ourselves a second chance there. So you know what I mean? If you screw up in 3 and 4 in a lap, it kind of screws your second lap. That's why it's like, well, you might as well just run a swing lap. If you screw it up, it's screwed up. It doesn't matter. So this is just my lap 1. So we just run a little wider, they pack the track on the outside of DSL. That's how I do here. That's one reason I, well, if it would have been slick here on the straight, it'd be one reason to stay lower. But I didn't come up all the way to the wall in my qualifying lap. So we hit it. Sorry, car's straight, car's straight, car's straight, not moving. Just turned for apex, very good. We weren't all the way against that inside wall. That's just because on the when Volusia's like this, that's just not exactly where you want to be. See how it's almost, it's hard to fucking, it probably looks like shit too without VR. But they're like the banking kind of goes up on the very, very inside there. And it's just, it's still fast if you hit it right, but it's kind of difficult to hit. I never really try to. So, but yeah, we're just going to stay laying up. We sweep the corner wide. You know, like I said, it was just a small bobble right there. That was it. Did you guys see that? Let's see if we can go and chase. Just a small bobble where I had to kind of turn the car left a little more than I wanted to. But like I said, with that loose setup, that's what's going to happen. You're like, oh, why don't you just add wing in it? It's just, I don't know. It's just what I do. If it's a fixed setup and it's still loose because it does have 20 gallons or whatever in it, when the track's this tacky, I think it's just still better to run it at 0 and just kind of wheel it, just keeping it straight. So we run our 3 and 4. Wasn't perfect. We're good to there. Just a small little, I don't even know if I could have done anything about that, but I just got a little too sideways right there too. But we dug in, you know, it wasn't the perfect, you want to get, I mean, as close as this wall, like that's not even close to the wall. It's the opposite of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You want to be very, very close to the wall. But yeah, so that was just our qualifying lap. We'll watch our heat race now. There was a caution on lap 1, which kind of sucked, but get the start. So we're not all the way outside to like swing in how we would have for a qualifying lap, but I did hit. I hit a really good 1 and 2. I still committed to, you know, entering really straight and washing up the track, and I did it to perfection. If you enter too low, you can wash up too high sometimes. But I hit it pretty damn perfect, and then the caution just came out anyways, half lap in. So, well, let's look at the caution. Let's see why the caution happened. Looks like just off the start already. So that guy tried to jump out way wide. Alright. I'm not sure why this guy, why is he laying back so much? If he would have been on the tail end of this white car up here, he probably would have, it all would have been fine. But you see, instead, he's, you know, he laid back 6 car lengths, didn't get the jump he wanted, and he's still 6 car lengths back. This guy, I think, is just reacting to his 24 car. I don't think he got loose or anything, because the track just, how would you get loose on this racetrack right now? But, so he tried to either jump the start or what, tried to jump to the outside. He almost put himself right in the fence, and I think this guy was just reacting to that. So he came down the track, and that's what made them come together. But none of it would have happened if this guy wouldn't have laid back so much. So, that's that. And they're both in pit road. Let's watch the rest of my heat. Are we restarting? Son of a bitch. Then it switches fucking sessions. Fix your shit, iRacing. That's one of the most annoying things when you're trying to go back on a replay and a new session starts, so it puts you to real time again. Why is that? I don't know. But fuck me, please, iRacing. It's very annoying. Space cars in. Go. We can enter. We can get a little wider entrance. Hit low. That looked like a good corner. And see, this is the thing, you know, when people say setups are blah 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 blah, it's all setup. This is what, you know, it's like, okay, let's look at qualifying results, alright. And, alright, thank you, iRacing. I was about to shit on you again if you didn't have the numbers. But, you only had 3 guys within a 1/10 of a second of me in fixed setup. Why'd you fix setup? Da, da, da. So, and then when it's like, oh my god, the baseline's a 1/10 of a second off. Well, look, fixed setup, you only have 2 other guys within a 1/10 of my qualifying lap. It's because the good drivers are going to get 95 to 100% of the speed through every corner. You know? And what I mean by that is, you know, like I said, a perfect corner. You know, when, you know, the more average guys, doesn't matter the setup, doesn't matter, you know, whatever, fixed or open, they're just not going to be able to maximize the speed and run the perfect angle for a corner all the time. Maybe once in a blue moon, but, you know, 5 out of 6 laps, they're probably only getting, you know, it might look like, and once the track gets slicker, we'll look at it, but, you know, it's not, they're not getting all the speed they can out of the corner, whether they're too low in the slick or they're too high and they're just running a longer line than they need to when the track is still gripped up. So, you know, that's what I mean when just drive the car faster. It's kind of a meme, but, you know, when I say people, you know, the reason, you know, a setup isn't going to help someone is because they can't maximize the speed of their car. If you can't maximize the speed of your car, it doesn't matter what you have. I could fucking go run asphalt right now and get, you know, a peak anti-freeze series driver's fucking setup. It's not going to help me at all. I'm going to be dog shit because I don't know how to maximize the speed of my race car. So, if you got all that. Run in high here. Well, this my onboard might be a little bit. Here we enter the corner a little bit high, a little bit late. Probably should have been lower. So our car got a little bit more sideways. And you see that? We are way too sideways for a corner right now. You know, we want to be up the track a little bit more, but we're coming down. So that wasn't a good corner. People are probably like, what? What do you fuck you mean? Yeah, that's not a good corner. And that's what I mean. You have to recognize when you're losing speed also. That's where I say 305 fixed series, because they're so momentum based, you know, that's where you can learn where you're really losing speed and momentum, because they're all momentum in 305s. In a 305, that'd be a horrible corner. I'm just way too sideways and whatnot. But all is forgiven. Setup's a little loose, like, so that's something to expect. That's why in my qualifying lap I was running a straighter entrance in 1 and 2. Because I didn't want the car to break loose on that, where I'd run where it would kind of be high to low then, because that's a slow line on a gripped up track. So, man, I don't know how we're gonna get this all down, but 3 and 4 a lot better. You saw, I don't know if you guys told the difference a lot. I mean, 1 and 2 again this lap, a lot better. Car held straight and everything. Let's fall back the guys in the back. Let's just go back. I'll shit on Josh just because I can. He won't mind. He's from Wisconsin. His buddy. So there you saw him. You see, he got, that's, saw it. It was more exaggerated of what I did. You could tell. It was literally the exact same thing though, but on a larger scale. So that's what I did to a smaller degree. So I only got 85% of the speed out of that corner. Josh, with his mistake, he only got 65% of the speed possible out of that corner. That's where it means, that's where setup doesn't matter if you can't maximize your speed. So, runs 3 and 4, a little wobbly, didn't lose any speed off it. 1 and 2, a little sideways again, so that's what he's fighting, you see? That's why he got a little too sideways. That's why he's entering a groove lower than me in second place up here. So he has to enter this corner lower. So by having to enter the next corner lower, it's very minimal, but it still means you have to, it shortens the radius of the corner. When you enter way up here like I am, it widens out the corner. So, but when you're entering low like this, it's a sharper corner. So now instead of, you know, 3 and 4 at Volusia, think, Dad's dying. Think of, so now it's just, think of like linear. So now it's a shorter, sharper corner. Sharper corner means you got to get the car more sideways. Track like this, the more sideways you get, you're gonna scrub off more speed. It doesn't look like a bad line. He ran a good line for what he had, but it's not the maximum speed of it still, because he wasn't able to widen his arc completely. And all right, I guess I don't get to watch my heat. All right. We'll try to watch. We'll come back to this heat and try to watch live of it. So let's go back. We're watching Josh. I'm ready. Okay. We were on lap 6 or 7. This... Okay, so we're right here. 2 to go. Because I thought I made... Okay, I was going to say, I thought there was another corner where I felt wasn't very good and I was going to come back to it, but I think it was earlier. Alright, so this one, second place, messes up a little bit. So he comes wide. He turns again a little too sharp on entry. Just a little too sharp. And what that does, that drags his whole car lower into the corner. And it kind of, because this is going to, it's still got plenty of grip, but it's going to be, it doesn't have as much grip as out here it's going to have. You don't see it, but it's not going to have as much grip there. So, because that's where everybody ran in warm-up and qualifying and, you know, first couple laps of heats. It's probably like, to say this is still 100% grip, this is probably like 85% grip, but still, when a track like this, it's all about the little things. So he just gets a little low, and that's what I mean. There you can tell because he actually broke loose on exit. That wasn't just the setup. That wasn't just the car. That was just breaking a little tad loose because of it's got a little more wear at the bottom here. So 2 to go. Alright, so 2 to go. Josh, he just enters the corner too wide. He tried to keep his car too straight, didn't get the right angle. That's the other thing you got worried about. So he just washes up the track just a little too much, you know. It carries some decent momentum off, but like I said, it wasn't a perfect. It's not perfect. 3 and 4, same thing. It's same thing as second place did last corner. He's a little low. And that's why, so, alright, so if we look at my line here, I'm through the low stuff, so you're like, alright, this is badder grip, but with my angle, I'm soaring off above this, because this is where they're breaking loose at. I'm getting out above this. So heat's going green flag now. But you're going to see him, he breaks loose again, just a little bit, and that little bobble, that's just what cost you. So let's go real time, see what we got here. Alright, this guy's in trouble down low. Now you're starting to see that slick. So that slick was there in Heat 1. You just couldn't see it, you know. I wouldn't even call it slick, but look out. Alright, so he had to watch out for this guy. So we're gonna end up squeezing him into turn 1 and 2 and cost him his momentum. So this guy slides up, but then where I was saying those guys were breaking loose, remember in Heat 1 we were breaking loose a bit? It's exaggerated now because there's not as much grip. That's what happens. That's why that contact was made right there. That guy was able to score and come by. Let's go up front. Alright. So, now, Bragan here, he arcs the corner a lot more compared to this guy entering it straight. Trying that in Heat 1 would have been slow. But because the track's a little slicker now, this guy's not going to he's not going to be able to sweep up the track as much because it's slick on the bottom. So that line, Bragan works, is going to be A-okay right now. This guy scrubbed off a little speed. Oh, it doesn't work in 3 and 4 though. Oh, so he had to come way down the track, probably because he's fighting that loose front end. It's easier in 1 and 2 because it's a little straighter shot. See if this guy's gonna dive low. He can't clear a slagger. He tries to hug the bottom. He hugged that as good as he fucking could right there. He couldn't clear the slagger. He had to hug the bottom, and he didn't spin his wheels very much. That was a really good bottom for him. But he should have just tried to fall in line at this point. He shouldn't have tried low in 1 and 2. Because, alright, you're not going to slide this guy, and you're going to be forced to run the bottom, which is just going to be slower. He should have moved up the racetrack and fell in line. Or he should have tried to slide just in behind him, but instead he stayed low, and he scrubbed off speed being in the slick. So, this guy just entered the corner too late, tried to keep it too straight, just didn't turn the car in enough. That's why he got there. Then through the middle, the car is going to want to cut down the way the setup is. So this guy gained all the speed back. Yup, now I went to the bottom again. He needs to know that bottom is not where it's at right now. Bragan taking a really wide arc going into 3 and 4. And oh, you knew the guy was under him. That was a good thing too. He knew he screwed that up. Small chop there. You know, don't give him the chance of a slagger. Not bad. 3-car race here. See, now Bragan went away from that. Last lap, he washed out what... Motherfucking cunt. Alright. I want to see the end of the goddamn heat race. I think it was this lap. So last time in 3 and 4, he washed out. He entered way too late and washed out wide and cut way down the racetrack. So this way, he learned his mistake. He went low. He entered low. And he entered a lot lower. Just kind of ran a more straightforward line. Gain the car length on that guy doing it. So these two. Alright, now second place entered the corner too low. If he was gonna run that, he had to be a lot straighter, but instead he's spinning his wheels in the slick. Third place here, entered a lot lower, spun his wheels even more. He's gonna get a little bit of grip on exit. What he should have probably did, he wanted to arc it more. He would have had a really good corner on the bottom if he would have entered just a little higher, and if he was going for the bottom and then arced it in more. He could have been at his door. Or, not at his, yeah, he could have been at his door. Let's see what they do in 3 and 4. Still kind of pinned at the bottom. Slides up. Good job of staying off of him. White flag. Alright, so that's heat racing. I don't want this to be a fucking 40-minute goddamn video. But, so those are just some things that, you know, you deal with a race car. It's not with the fixed setup that, you know, you see guys struggling. So what looks like a good corner isn't always a good corner, especially on a track like this. Just maximize your speed in the corners and whatnot. So, see main time. I don't know if I'll get this out. We'll see if we can talk about stuff. Just cut the video here. Alright guys. Here our feature time. We're not starting pole. We're gonna reshuffle and we're gonna be starting fourth. But just was a little loose at times in that dash, and in warm up we put the wing at 1. We liked it. Still probably gonna be a little bit loose on the bottom, but we are starting in fourth, so we should be able to just get to the top side right away. You know, we'll work our way from there. Track is pretty racy. I just don't think the bottom in 3 and 4 it's not where I'd like it exactly. I wish there'd be a little more grip off. I wish this patch right here in the middle would be a little bigger. But yeah, you see slick is already all the way to right here. So, but that's what happens when you when you wear out the top at this track the way they do. It kind of holds it only 3/4 the way up. It doesn't get wide enough where it really brings the bottom into play. Not till maybe later in the feature. But same thing, I'll record this in case there's anything I say that might be of value, but otherwise I'll probably just go back and look at the replay, talk over it, because you're just going to hear my wheels sawing the whole time. I think the fast lane's just going to be right above the slick. I don't think it, I don't think it's going to be up here where the fluff is. I think it's still going to be right here or just above the slick.
Don't be surprised. Well, clear on the bottom, inside. Still there.
Hopefully second place gets a nice little start and we're able to take fourth, but those are our teammates. They're probably going to do a countdown maybe if they're in Discord or something. I want to drive around this. Yeah. Just slag it. Hopefully no one's under me. Fuck, so we're back to 5th. Yeah, I was trying to kind of shoot through the middle on that start. Just because Davis was so high and he was like so far ahead. But
alright, 35.
We're lucky we didn't crash there.
This race will be in the history books in 16 minutes.
I'm hoping.
Hey, guys, I'll be ready.
Alright, so we're still third with that nifty little play. Yeah, it's definitely like I said, it's not out by the fluff. It's right on the slick. I tried to hit outside the fluff to get a run out of 1 and 2, and I just absolutely spun my rear tires. Okay. Right here, we pull him so much more. Oh, what a corner! I didn't want to have to scrub off speed on exit, so I cut it down the middle a little bit. So much of sides in here. Oh, way too sideways in the slick. That's gonna hurt that, but dive it in deep. Alright, that's lead, baby. Well, see what I did, because brake and enter high and or something. He was gonna come slide, and I took it to the fucking middle, and it was fucking mint. It was fucking minty fresh. I think we are going to knock our wing back to 2 though, just because I think it's going to step up. It's going to step up about a half a lane, or it might maybe even bottom. I might try that middle in 3 and 4, just from entrance on out.
Close.
41.
Yeah, it might just be enter high and stay high all the way. If you can stay out of this. Because it's so slick to slide up now. Or it's faster to just stay out of the slick high. So I don't know. So it's like, do you want to have the bottom open for a slider on your restart? Or do you just run the slider line to block it in the 1 and 2, but then if he gets a really good run at 2, if he does enter high, then you know you'd expect a slider in 3 and 4. So that's what we're going to deal with. So it's all going to depend on how good of a start we get here on the line we want. Hopefully we can just enter right about here and then just make the whole corner. Yeah, it's definitely too slick in the bottom of 1 and 2. If those kind of darker black patches would be light, it'd be better. But see, I like this track because you can really tell the different percentages of the, you know, how dark it gets, because it kind of just gets brown when it gets slick. Right, got the green flag. Got a good start. Beautiful. We'll try to hit that middle in 3 and 4. That felt good. Carry got a lot of speed too, but just continue to run high. Slipped a little wide here. It's alright. Let's try that middle again. Little sideways. He's able to carry that momentum now. And Doggy's gonna slide me. We're just at the bottom. So now we're gonna run the high side because he's low on momentum. So this just keeps our momentum up the whole time. See how that 5.5 gear? I just don't like it. Wop up 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 on entrance. He slid too high that time. Missed a good grip just above the slick. Alright, caution.
Pit road is open.
I think we are going to knock our wing back to 2 though. Just because I think it's going to step up. It's going to step up about a half a lane, or it might maybe even bottom. I might try that middle in 3 and 4. Just from entrance on out.
Close.
41.
Yeah, it might just be enter high and stay high all the way. If you can stay out of this. Because it's so slick to slide up now. Or it's faster to just stay out of the slick high. So I don't know. So it's like, do you want to have the bottom open for a slider on your restart? Or do you just run the slider line to block it in the 1 and 2, but then if he gets a really good run at 2, if he does enter high, then you know you'd expect a slider in 3 and 4. So that's what we're going to deal with. So it's all going to depend on how good of a start we get here on the line we want. Hopefully we can just enter right about here and then just make the whole corner. Yeah, it's definitely too slick in the bottom of 1 and 2. If those kind of darker black patches would be light, it'd be better. But see, I like this track because you can really tell the different percentages of you know, how dark it gets, because it kind of just gets brown when it gets slick. Right, got the green flag. Got a good start. Beautiful. We'll try to hit that middle in 3 and 4. That felt good. Carry got a lot of speed too, but just continue to run high. Slipped a little wide here. It's alright. Let's try that middle again. Little sideways. He's able to carry that momentum now. And thought he was going to slide me. We're just at the bottom. So now we're going to run the high side because he's low on momentum. So this just keeps our momentum up the whole time. See how that 5.5 gear? I just don't like it. Wop up 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 on entrance. He slid too high that time. Missed a good grip just above the slick. Alright, caution. I think there's gonna be 8 or 9 to go. Sounds about right, but we're gonna leave our wing at 2. It just couple of times I get too tight on entrance, where it kind of washes me up higher than I want to be.
For the new white flag.
We're on 1 to go. 43.7.
44? I guess 10 laps to go.
Alright, buddy, let's clean them bad boys up. Get ready to rock and roll.
This line's getting a little bit narrower. I enter a little higher in 3 and 4 now. Yeah, I started entering a little lower in 1 and 2, and it's paying off on both ends. Very nice. Just a little tight on exit. Having to turn the car left a little too much, but that's just because we put our wing at 2. Putting it back to 1, which just makes us too loose right now, I think. Small lift even helped it a little bit. It's just slot car racing right now. And of course there's a late race caution, and I have it wrapped up. I think it's 2 to go. Don't even see the fucking second place. If we just hit our entry, if it's 2 to go, if we just hit our entries on our first lap, we're good to go.
You're gonna be lining up behind
Got the
the
dub.
car.
I'm gonna change up this restart a little bit. Just gonna exit from the middle. Kinda hurts our engine speed in the 1 and 2, so it's, you know, it's probably not smart, but I just like doing different stuff.
Well, good luck, bud. You're ready to go.
Good to go.
A little loose in the middle there.
White flag.
Really good grip on exit right there. And just back to the middle again. Protect. And there you go, people. You just won yourself a fixed setup race.
Where's the start box again? Opening to pit road.
Oh, he's gonna bitch about the start.
Going in 3.
Oh, going into
New
3.
Hoffman third.